What's going on, everybody? Welcome. Today is, wow, this camera is not where I want it. Today is Tuesday, April 18th. No, that's even worse. 2022. I'll fix it in a moment. My name's Jeremy, and this is my first cup. Coffee. All right, let's try this. Come here. Come here. How about this? All right, that'll work. How are you? How was your Monday? What's going on? How is your Tuesday shaping up? And who is here? Good morning to Liz, to Frank, Kelly, Jenny, Nathan, Dennis, and all the rest of you out there. I know there are a bunch of you out there. Good morning, Brian. People rolling into the chat. I appreciate it. I'm glad when you let me know you're here. I like to know who's here. It makes me happy. There are crows outside eating the seed that I scattered for them over the weekend. I don't put all the bird seed in one place. I mean, sometimes I put up a bird feeder, but I just walk around the yard and I just throw seed. It makes them work for it. If I'm going to feed you, you got to put in a little bit of effort. And some of it grows. And that's not a bad thing. Good morning, Stacy. Well, what was Monday other than yesterday and other than the 17th? Bunch of client calls. Everything went well. Yesterday was probably one of the strongest Mondays I've had in a very long time. Almost everybody showed up for their meetings. I had one client that his martial arts school is a part-time thing, and his day job pulled him away from our meeting, which was fine because it meant I got to go to the grocery store and get lunch, buy some food. Everybody else showed up. Had wonderful reports and results and conversations with clients. I went to the gym, had dinner with a friend. When I went to Mexico, I did the math on what it was going to cost me to leave my car in the garage for 2 weeks. I was like, this is a lot of money. So I told a friend, I said, hey, if you're willing to drive me, and these were not weird hours like normal. Normally, if you fly out of Vermont, you got to be there for like 5. And these were normal hours. And I said, hey, if you'll drive me, drop me off, pick me up, I'll take you to a nice dinner. So we had an amazing dinner and I still saved like $40. Newer place in Montpelier, amazing food. We did 3 courses and drinks and it was great. It was a really good time. I came home and I went to bed. And now we're doing it again. Today, and the other big thing to report, I was beating the tar out of the heavy bag at the gym. They've been leaving it up more and more, which makes me really happy. I must not be the only one using it. And I was working some stuff and it was going really well. And then I finished by roundhouse kicking it really hard and enjoying that. That's always fun. Jenny says, Monday was nice. I did some cleaning, played with the toddler, and fell asleep earlier than I have for months. Oh, glorious. Today, Andrew and I are doing, he will not be coming up. We'll be recording remotely, but recording some episodes of Martial Arts Radio. What else is happening? I should be putting out a newsletter later today. I'm trying to get in for a massage. My shoulders are all like kind of locked up. We'll see what happens with that. So that's on the list, trying to get in for a massage. Maybe, depending, maybe go to the gym. But there are a number of work-related, whistle kick-related things, and some other things that I got to do for some clientele. But it's all good stuff. I'm looking forward to another good day. Dennis said that poor bag never did anything to you. My friend, I know you can appreciate what it feels like to hit a heavy bag. I I don't need my phone. It's just a great feeling to hit something really hard. We don't get to do that often. We don't get to do that to our training partners. It's not nice. But it's good to remember you can, right? It's good to remember you can hit something hard. Good morning, Andy. Jenny responds, it was the shifty way it looked. Had to stop it before I had a chance to strike first. Perhaps. I noticed something this morning about that. And, for some of you, this may not be a big deal, but for me, I think it kind of is. There was a class getting ready to come in. I think the class started at 5:30. So it's like 5:15, 5:20. And there's some people kind of milling about. And I just kept hitting the heavy bag. It's in a separate spot in the gym. It's not in the main weightlifting area. It's in the classroom. And I was like, oh, well, if you want to watch me hit a bag, that's fine. Just beating on it. It's working jabs. And even my right shoulder, even jabs didn't feel good. That's how I know I really got to get some work done on that shoulder. Frank says, I wasn't expecting such a heavy conversation this time of day. Ha. Stacy says, late night meeting tonight, followed by super early work day, starting at 6:30 a.m. tomorrow. We do. We have an awards team meeting this evening. Is there anything else I want to tell you? I don't know. I ordered my Friday the 13th mug yesterday because there were a couple other things that I needed to get samples of. But my Friday the 13th mug is on the way. Frank's on season 2 of MASH. And if you can hear washing machine going, I got clothes in the dryer. Those are probably done. And running, when I took the clothes out, they could have smelled a little bit better. So running the, I think it's a Samsung, they call the cycle like pure cycle. Basically, they just heat the crud out of everything and try to cook off any bacteria that have accumulated in there. Hopefully it works. I don't know if there's anything else to tell you. Well, you could all feel welcome to just throw more stuff in the chat. If there's stuff that you want to talk about, everybody do me a favor, hit the like, hit the thumbs up, all that good stuff would be awesome. And we're going to see what Frank sent over. Frank sent over some quotes. Those are loaded and ready. Thank you, as always, to Frank. Thank you to Josh for our theme song. Thank you to Denise for the audio feed. Kind of just want to lay down and, well, not lay down. I just kind of want to just sit and drink coffee. I did get a little less sleep than I wanted. Because it's like a over 2 hour dinner. We're there for a while. It was good. All right, where are we? So we got some quotes. Haven't looked at them yet. Here we go. I'm going to switch the thing to this thing because I like this one better. There we go. If we want to discover the full potential in our humanity, we need to celebrate those heartbreaking strengths and those glorious disabilities that we all have. It is our humanity and all the potential within it that makes us beautiful. Amy Mullins. We have this habit culturally, at least in the West, because I'm not as familiar with cultures beyond here, so I will speak to what I know, where we were conditioned at young ages to not speak strongly about the things that we're good at. And in fact, if anything, we were conditioned to be loudest about the places where we are lacking, not in a way that we can take ownership of it and improve it, but instead to celebrate it. And the best examples I can come up with, the cleanest ones, are, back in school when tests were handed back. Who should be the most celebrated? The ones that get the highest grades. There's no logical reason why someone should be celebrated. And I don't mean because they improved for getting a C, but, oh, you got an A, nerd. Hey, you got a C. Doesn't make any sense. But this is a pervasive attitude in our culture. It is not socially acceptable in most circles to be great at something. And if you are, you're not supposed to talk about it. Yeah, I don't do that anymore. There's a difference between saying, hey, I'm a very intelligent person, and bragging. There's a delicate balance between that. And I think it is worth finding that balance. Because what we do when we don't celebrate our wins, when we don't, as this quote puts it, those heartbreaking strengths, we tell children that we're better off being less. And that's just plain silly. Kelly said last night was, or maybe tonight, one night, last night, tonight, I don't know. First night of breaking boards for our Breakathon fundraiser. So far raised $4,500. 5 more days to go. That's awesome. Good luck and congratulations. To sum up, the point being, celebrate wins. Repair losses. Learn from losses. And if someone can't handle the fact that you're good at something, better than them at something, better than most people at something, and if that fact alone is incompatible with their existence around you, then they don't need to be around you. Because good people will want to be around you because you're great, because you're amazing at something. They'll want to learn from it. They'll want to benefit from it. They will want to celebrate you for it. Moving on. Our responsibility is not simply shielding those we care for from adversity, but preparing them to meet it well. One of the, you could potentially track all problems in the world back to the way we have conditioned children over the last few generations to handle adversity. What's the quote? Do not wish for an easy life, wish for we've talked about it, right? Wish for the skill to handle a difficult one, right? Something like that. I think it's the Jim Rohn one. Every time I mention it, Frank corrects me. So maybe he will do that today. Adversity will always happen, but the ability to overcome things is practically a muscle. It's a skill that can be learned and conditioned and improved. And so many people do not have it, that when it shows up, they fall apart. And we create these environments where the attempt is to remove adversity instead of helping people get better. It is unfortunate because it does not serve anyone. What should the primary goal outcome be for public school? It should be that when one graduates, you are as well prepared as possible to become a functional, happy, contributing member of society. Shouldn't it? Should that not be the goal of educating our youth in that environment? But anyone who has children or works with children knows that that is not the goal. That real world overcoming adversity stuff, few children come out of school with an ability to handle that. Why? I believe it is in large part due to an over-sanitization of those environments. Take care, Andy. Yeah, here's the quote. Thank you, Frank. Don't wish it was easier. Well, let's try again. Don't wish it was easier. Wish you were better. Don't wish for less problems. Wish for more skills. Don't wish for less challenge. Wish for more wisdom, Jim Rohn. Jenny said, I've shared this on the show before. It's certainly not my quote. It's been said, I'm not raising children, I'm raising adults. Becoming functioning member of society is exactly the point. And this is one of the ways that most traditional martial arts schools do an amazing job. It's really hard, yeah, but you've got to do it. But I can't. Yes, you can. And until you do, you won't learn this, do this, test for that, earn that, whatever it is. There is a reason, and I have no way of determining data for this. This is one of the things that as Whistlekick becomes big and has influence and money, I want to do. There are a lot of people at a very high functional level in society that trained in the martial arts. And I would love to do studies of, let's say, Fortune 500 CEOs. How many of them did martial arts at some point? My guess is, my theory, hypothesis? My hypothesis is that a larger than average number. You know, if we figure out what percentage of adults of their age did martial arts at some point versus them, I'm guessing, my theory, again, hypothesis, is that more of them trained. And I believe that we will see that gap increase because as we get younger, we see the need for what martial arts offers more and more. I know you all see it. I assume you all see it. I assume that you, like me, see the need for this. Drives me nuts. Last one. What is our last quote today from Amy Mullins? Half of Hollywood has more prosthetic in their body than I do, but we don't think of them as disabled. You amputate part of a nose, that's enhancement. You put a prosthetic in a breast cavity, that's augmentation. But you amputate part of a limb and put a prosthetic there, it's disability. Ooh, that is a fascinating thought. I believe that the argument for making that distinction, for not lumping that all together as disability, would be around function. That if you alter one of the things that they mentioned, it doesn't change your function. You're not, it was choice, not necessity. But I see the point. What's the disability in that case? It could be self-image, self-worth. And that is disabling. Nick says it's all about perspective. Completely agree. Isn't it a shame that we live in a society where that is necessary or deemed necessary, or someone thinks it's necessary, or maybe it is necessary. I don't work in Hollywood. No idea. I don't have a lot to say to that. We all have different skill sets. And if we tie this back to the first one, there are things, and I continue to believe this. Everyone has something that they could be the absolute best in the world at, but most people don't try enough things and they don't go for it. They ignore their inner drive and they do what they think they're supposed to do. We are the only species that fails to acknowledge, or I should say that believes, because we have consciousness for this, that believes that we as individuals are so critically important. We're not. The species is important. We are here for a very small period of time. If you look at the most effective people, the most successful people, the ones who truly have made the biggest contributions, the ones that we know of the most, they're doing stuff that's bigger than themselves. Do they reap benefits? Yeah, of course. I don't see anything wrong with that. I do hope one day that someone will say, wow, look at all the good Whistlekick has done. And I really like that big house Jeremy built. It's nice. I have no intention to be impoverished as I help the world. But the helping the world is the priority. The other stuff should come as a consequence for me being effective at it. So when we think of these folks who are maybe, as in the last quote, disabled because they made alterations to their body, these dramatic things, or something else similar, I suppose. Could they not have perhaps left a better mark on the world doing something else? I don't know. A lot of people are living lives that they think they're supposed to live, that somebody told them they should live. That's sad. I'm thinking of somebody right now where I don't even want to say it. Let's just say that they are they don't recognize their modeling behavior that I'm sure they do not want their children to follow in their footsteps on, but they absolutely will, because that's what tends to happen. So what do we do with this? I think you refuse to be contained. If you have a gift, you use it. You celebrate it. And you surround yourself with people who are willing to celebrate with you. And hopefully you celebrate their gifts as well. And the weaknesses, hopefully you shore them up with each other. If one person is lacking, you help support them. You grow together. It doesn't just have to be in romantic partnership. We do it in martial arts training, don't we? In a class environment, do we not get better together? And your standards are as high as you choose to place them. And your accomplishments are directly related to your standards. If you set the standard low and you achieve it, and you choose to remain there, that's fine. But how much did you leave on the table? How much benefit to yourself and the people around you and the people that you will never meet did you ignore? The bigger the goal, the more you'll do. Aim for the stars, reach the moon. Don't aim for the couch. Nobody ever changed the world from the couch. Things to consider as you go into your day. I hope to see you tomorrow. I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you will, again, consider supporting us with the code FirstCup15 at whistlekick.com. Grab yourself a mug. Do you have a First Cup mug? Maybe you should. You could also join the Patreon for as little as $2 a month. Don't forget, at the $50 and $100 tiers, you get to join the School Owners Mastermind. And I will promise you two things. One, you will not find a better investment at that price for a martial arts school. Hands down. That's number one. And number two, I don't know, I'm losing my train of thought. The other thing you can do is check out the family page, whistlekick.com/family. I update it at least once a week. Discounts, other exclusive content, lots of stuff. Check it out. I thank you all for being here. I hope you have a great day. I know I said that already, but I really mean it. I will see you tomorrow, if not before. Take care, everybody. Peace.